Welcome to the class. See, in the last class, we have discussed the continuity of a function and solved some of the problems. See, what is the meaning of continuity? We say that a function y is equal to f of x. See, this function is said to be continuous if limit of the function as extends to a is equal to f of a. Okay, so limit of the function as extends to a should be equal to value of the function at the given point. So we have discussed about continuity of a function, and we have worked out some of the functions on some of the problems on continuity of a function. See, the chapter's name was continuity and differentiability. There are two terms here, continuity and differentiability. So continuity we have discussed in our previous class. So in this session, let us discuss about differentiability. Okay, differentiability of a function. See, differentiable function or differentiability means, what is the meaning of differentiable function? So let us recall some of the concepts which we have learned in first PUC. So that is very important here. See here, let me begin that. See, we consider a function, see, y is equal to f of x. Okay, we begin like this. So here, as we know, y is dependent variable and x is independent variable. So y depends upon x. Okay, y is equal to f of x. See, we have introduced the concept of increment. Okay, so in first PUC we have learned this increment. So what is the meaning of increment? A small change. Okay, a small change in the variable y or a small change in the variable x, that we denote it as increment. So here increment, to denote increment, we had some symbols, say delta x, there is increment in x, capital delta, or we will say this delta x, small delta, or instead of this using delta x and this delta symbol, we may also use here the letter h. So that means increment means some small change. Okay, small change in the variable. See, if y changes, then automatically x also changes. So if delta x is the increment in x, then delta y will be the increment in y. So we go on giving the increments. Then what we got here? See, after giving the increment to both sides, see here, if we give an increment for this y and x, then left hand side and right hand side, and we simplify both sides. So we got the expression as, say, I am recalling the things what we have learned in first PUC. See, delta y by delta x is equal to f of, see, this is very very important, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. See, observe this, we will get this expression. See, delta on the left hand side, what we got, delta y by delta x. On the right hand side, so this thing is, this here numerator is f of x plus delta x minus f of x whole divided by delta x. See, it is, so whatever I have written on the board, this is called as ratio. Okay, we call it as ratio. What is the ratio here? It is incremental ratio. Okay, this is called incremental ratio. See, on the left hand side we have delta y by delta x, where we know y is dependent variable and x is independent variable. And on the right hand side, observe the numerator, f of x plus delta x minus f of x. This numerator is, that is change in x. So numerator denotes change in the variable x. Okay, so change in the variable y. Then the denominator we have delta x. This is change in the variable x. See, change in y, so numerator, whatever I have written, f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by this delta x in the denominator, this is change in x. See, change in x, this is change in y. See, change in y, change in x, ratio of change in y to change in x, that is nothing but delta y by delta x. So I think we have understood what I am saying here. See, this delta y by delta x is called incremental ratio. So which ratio? It is a ratio which denotes change in y to change in x. See, in the numerator we have written all these things, f of x plus delta x minus f of x, and in the denominator we have written delta x. So delta x denotes change in x, and this whole thing, f of x plus delta x minus f of x, is change in y. So the ratio of change in y to change in x can also be written as delta y by delta x, and it is called incremental ratio. This is the first point. So we continue from here. See, okay, change in y to change in x. So what we have did here, see, on both sides. So if we take, see, limit as delta x tends to 0 on both sides. So I am recalling the points here before going to differentiability. So if I take limit as delta x tends to 0 on both sides, what happens? Say left hand side I will take the limit, and right hand side for the whole thing I will consider the limit as delta x tends to 0. So taking limit as delta x tends to 0 on both sides. So I will attach the limit here. The limit of delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0 is equal to, so limit of delta x tends to 0. So that's whole thing. I will write it as it is, x plus delta x minus f of x whole divided by delta x. Okay, so for this quantity I have taken the limit. So by taking the limit on both sides, what we will get? The limit of the left hand side is delta y by delta x is equal to, so limit of this whole thing. See, right hand side limit of this thing. So left hand side limit of delta y by delta x as delta x tends to 0. See, observe this. Here, as soon as we take limit, so what I told here, see, delta y by delta x is, it denotes the ratio of change in y to change in x. So we try to make delta x as small as possible. If I take limit for this quantity, so limit of delta y by delta x tends to 0. So then, see, this ratio, incremental ratio, whatever we have written in the left hand side, this delta y by delta x, see, ratio of y to x, change of y to change of x, this becomes, see, dy by dx. See, this dy by dx. So this dy by dx is called as derivative. Okay, derivative of the function. Derivative of the function. What the function we have considered here? See, y is equal to f of x. See, dy by dx is called derivative of the function y is equal to f of x. So this is called as, see, this is called as rate of change of y with respect to x. So it may be interpreted in many ways here. See, dy by dx means, so in the numerator we have y, in the denominator we have x. So what are y and x? Y is dependent variable and x is independent variable. So rate of change of y with respect to x. What is that? Rate of change of y with respect to x means derivative. So whose derivative is it? This is derivative of the function. Whatever the function we take, it denotes the derivative of that function. So left hand side converts to dy by dx. That is called derivative of the function. So what I should write in the next step? See, this converts, this implies, so dy by dx is equal to, so right hand side I will write it as it is, limit delta x tends to 0, f of x plus delta x minus f of x whole divided by delta x. See, this is very, very important. So we have to recall this point from our first PUC. So we have arrived at the conclusion that left hand side becomes dy by dx, the right hand side is limit of this quantity. See, limit of this quantity. See, dy by dx can be interpreted as rate of change of y with respect to x, and it is called derivative of the function. See, with respect to y, we are saying with respect to dependent variable. See, y. So here y and here x is there. So dy by dx. So there are a lot of symbols to write the derivative. So one way is dy by dx. Okay. So we have begin from y is equal to f of x, and we have obtained the derivative dy by dx. So this is the definition of derivative. So dy by dx. So, or otherwise for the left hand side we can write this as, see, f dash x. Okay, what was our function? Our function was y is equal to f of x. This is a given function. Its derivative can be written as dy by dx, or it can be written as, see, f dash x. Okay, z dash f dash x means derivative of the function, that is denoted as f dash x. So okay, all the symbols are same here. So this is the definition of derivative. Okay, we have to recall this definition. This is very, very important here. See, now we have written the definition of derivative. So now the question is, what is the derivative See, question is, what is the derivative? What is the derivative of the function y is equal to f of x at some specific point? Say at x is equal to, say, see, this is my question here. See, in our previous class, when we are discussing about continuity of a function, we told that a function y is equal to f of x is given means we have to check the continuity of this function at some specified point. So we have taken a point as, say, x is equal to a. So at this point only we have to check the continuity. Similarly, derivative. See, derivative means what is the derivative of this function at some specific point. So I am specifying this point as, say, some other point c, x is equal to c. What is the derivative of the function at some point c? So that is, see, derivative is already there here. See, dy by dx, we write it as dy by dx derivative at some point, say at some point, what is my point, x is equal to c. So I have written this c or a, whatever the point, x is equal to c. So that is, so I replace this as c here. See, limit of delta x tends to 0, f of, see, x means I have taken some specific point c plus delta x, I will write this delta x as it is, minus f of c. So x is equal to c here divided by delta x. Okay. See, this left hand side, dy by dx at the point x is equal to c. This is called derivative of the function at the point c. Okay. So this is, it follows from this definition only. Okay. So I have replaced this x by my specific point c. So this expression gives us the derivative of the function at some specific point. Okay. So what is the point I have taken? C. If you take a, you replace this as a. Okay, this is very, very important here. See, if this all these things will happen only if the condition is there. Only if, see, limit on the right hand side exists. Provided if limit exists. See, on the right hand side we have written limit here. This quantity on the right hand side, if the limit exists, then only derivative exists. Okay. If the limit does not exist, if limit does not exist, then derivative does not exist. Okay. So we are thinking that the quantity on the right hand side, this is f of c plus delta x minus f of c plus delta x, the limit exists for this. Then only we say that the function is differentiable. So then, so this limit on the right hand side exists means, so what is the meaning here? See, right hand side quantity must exist. That means, so as we discussed in continuity, so what we have discussed there, see, limit exists means limit of the function f of x as x tends to a is means, so we know left hand limit and right hand limit should exist. Okay, so we written the symbol also here. For the left hand limit means limit of f of x as x tends to a minus, and for this we have written limit of f of x as x tends to a plus. See, this limit of the function exists means left hand limit and right hand limit both should exist, and both must be equal in that case. In similar way, derivative at a point means it exists provided the limit on the right hand side should exist. Then only we say that derivative at a point or derivative exists. So in a similar manner, see here, in the similar way, so we say that the limit, if the limit of the quantity on the right hand side exists means, see here, right hand, okay, right hand derivative and left hand derivative should exist. See, very, very important here. Right hand derivative and left hand derivative both should exist. So what is the meaning of right hand derivative and left hand derivative? See, right hand derivative and left hand derivative should exist and both must be equal. Okay, both must be equal. Then only we say that the function is differentiable. Okay, so if one of these will not exist, or right hand derivative and left hand derivative are not equal, then we say that the function is not differentiable. See, to say that the function is differentiable, very, very important, the right hand derivative of that function and left hand derivative of that function both should exist and both should be equal. Okay, so then next question comes, so how do you write the right hand derivative and left hand derivative. So let us define that. So this is derivative at the specific point. This exists means right hand derivative and left hand derivative should exist. So we have also the symbol for that, right hand derivative and left hand derivative. So let us write that symbol also. Okay, so let us recall this once again here. See dy, I will write it once again. Derivative at the specific point. See limit. So limit of, see delta x, I use the symbol delta x. Instead of delta x, we can use h also. So for simplicity sake, I will use h here. So limit of h means increment or change. H tends to 0. So f of c plus, I will replace delta x by h, minus f of c divided by this delta x is h. Okay, this is, what is this expression? This is derivative of the function y is equal to f of x at x is equal to c. Okay, so here instead of delta x I have taken h. Okay, this is the derivative of the function, at the point x is equal to c. Okay, so now let us define left hand derivative and right hand derivative. Okay, so let us define this left hand derivative. So what is the meaning of left hand derivative? See, to say that left hand derivative exists, so see, observe on the right hand side here. Okay, I will write this one. See, limit h tends to 0. Okay, limit of h tends to 0. F of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h. So here h is greater than 0. So this is called, see, left hand derivative. Okay, so left hand derivative, see, observe this, observe carefully. So left hand derivative is, see, limit of h tends to 0. See, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h. So here h is greater than 0. Okay, this is called left hand derivative of the function. See here, h tends to 0. Okay, so this whole thing, if we calculate for the given function, then left hand derivative will be calculated here. So similarly, what is the right hand derivative here? See, right hand derivative, you can write this. Right hand derivative is, see, limit h tends to 0. See, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by this positive h. Okay, of course here h is greater than 0. So this limit should be finite. So this is called right hand derivative. So observe both the expressions carefully. So left hand derivative is limit of f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h, and this right hand derivative is limit of f of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. Okay, see here this is derivative at the specific point, and these two should exist and these two must be equal. See, left hand derivative and right hand derivative should be equal to say that the function is differentiable. Okay, so we must note down all these expressions in order to test the differentiability of the given function. Okay, see, therefore if, see, left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative implies function f is differentiable. Okay, function f is differentiable. So if left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative, then the function is not differentiable. Okay, see, so the heading was differentiability. So differentiability of a function means we say that the function y is equal to f of x is differentiable if its left hand derivative and right hand derivative both exist and both are equal. Then we say that the function is differentiable. So what is the symbol of derivative? That is dy by dx. The symbol of derivative is dy by dx. That is, we say this as, see, rate of change of y with respect to x. So derivative dy by dx. So how do you write mathematically? So limit of f of c plus h minus f of c divided by, here c is is at a specific point. I have taken some specific point, x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, whatever the point may be. So this is general definition, provided this limit exists. See, right hand side it exists means, see, left hand derivative. So left hand derivative means f of c minus h. Left hand derivative means, so it approaches from the negative, so values less than, okay, through the negative values, this through the positive values. So left hand derivative means, we must verify this expression, see, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h. So in the denominator we have minus h. So right hand derivative means same thing, see here, f of c plus h, all these things are divided by positive. So if these two are equal, then we say that function is differentiable. Okay, so this is called differentiability. Okay, differentiability. So you note down this problem. So note down these expressions. Okay, so here let me go through some of the important points. So we say that y is equal to f of function y is equal to f of x is differentiable. See, we say that the function is differentiable if left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. Okay, left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. So differentiable, see, differentiable means derivative exists. Okay, so the symbol of derivative is, what is the symbol here? See, the symbol of derivative, the symbol of derivative is, see, only I'm talking about the symbol is dy by dx. You can write this dy by dx or f dash x. See, f dash x. Okay, dy by dx or f dash x. So it does f dash x. So then dy by dx means rate of, see, rate of change of y, see, rate of change of y with respect to rate of change of y with respect to rate of change of y with respect to x. Okay, this is called dy by dx. That is rate of change of dependent variable with respect to independent variable. So the process of finding the derivative, of a function, the process of finding the derivative of a function with respect to, the process of finding the derivative of a function with respect to y. Okay, the process of finding the derivative of a function. So we can write also like this is, the process of finding the derivative of a function is called, see, is called differentiation. Differentiation. The process of finding the derivative of a given function is called differentiation. Okay, so how do you write the derivative means? So dy by dx, what is the expression here? Just earlier we discussed here, dy by dx is equal to limit of h tends to 0 f of, so we have to write all that quantity. Okay, that is the expression for derivative. That means what? Rate of change of y with respect to x. So then the process of finding the derivative of a function is called differentiation. So the functions which have derivatives, okay, the functions which give us derivatives, they are all differentiable functions. So to say that the function is differentiable, so we have to check all those things. Left hand derivative should exist, right hand derivative should exist, and both should be equal. So this is the fourth point. Okay, these are the simple points we have learned in this class. See, then this we are told earlier. See, the derivative of a function at some point, say x is equal to c, is denoted as dy by dx. We have written it earlier, x is equal to a, or see f dash x, we have written f dash x at x is equal to which point? Say c, I have taken c f dash c. So this represents the derivative of a function at some specific point, given point, or you can write dy by dx at x is equal to a. So that also we have discussed here. So left hand derivative, right hand derivative. Okay. So this is called differentiability of the function. Okay. See, there are two things here, continuity and differentiability. So continuity means, as we discussed earlier, continuity means limit of the function should be equal to value of the function at the given point. Differentiability means left hand derivative and right hand derivative both should be equal, then only we say that the function is differentiable. So the process of finding the derivatives of the given functions is called differentiation. Okay, so here continuity and differentiability. Okay, so there is a link between those two. So let us verify the differentiability of some of the functions by taking some examples. Okay, we will take one example. So let me write the example here related to differentiability. Okay, so let us write the example here. Okay, discuss the differentiability. Discuss the differentiability of the function. Okay, discuss the differentiability of the function. Defined as, calculate this, defined as, okay, f of x is equal to, see, observe this, function is defined as 2 plus x, 2 minus x. So if, see, if x is greater than or equal to 0, x is less than 0, at x is equal to 0. So this is the problem. See here. Discuss the differentiability. So I'm not talking about the continuity. Discuss the differentiability of the function. So defined like this. So the point is here, x is equal to 0. So we have to discuss the differentiability. Okay. So let us start the solution here. See, for differentiability, what we have to do? We have to check the left hand derivative and right hand derivative. So consider the point. See, x is equal to 0. See, think this as x is equal to c. So what is our left hand derivative? Let's write the definition here. So limit h tends to 0. Okay, limit h tends to 0. See here, you must remember that expression for left hand derivative, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by minus h. Okay, so this was our definition of left hand derivative, expression on the right hand side. So here, see, c is equal to, see, my point is 0 here. So observe this, this is left hand derivative. See, left hand derivative means it, see, h tends to 0. So through the negative values. Okay, so then you can substitute here. See, limit h tends to 0. Observe this. See, f of c. C means what? 0. So 0 minus h minus f of, I will replace that point as 0 here, divided by minus h. Okay. So I will continue this one here. See, limit h tends to 0. So f of 0 minus h is what? Minus h minus, see, f of 0. So what is f of 0? So see, when x is equal to 0, so when x is equal to 0, we must consider this here. See, f of 0 means, I will write here, see, f of 0 means, so see this 2 plus x. That means 2 plus x means what? 0. So 2 plus 0 is what? 2. So f of 0, value of f of 0 is 2 divided by, I will write minus h as it is. Okay, so value of f of 0 is 2. So let me continue here. Okay, so let us consider. So I will write it here. See, limit h tends to 0. So observe this step carefully here. Okay, this is important. See, f of minus h. So write it here. See, f of minus h. So what is f of minus h? See here, this is f of x given the problem here. See f of minus h. Okay, so it is less than 0, h tends to 0, so we are finding left hand derivative. So taking negative values, okay, h tends to 0 means, so it approaches to 0 by taking the values less than 0. See x is less than 0 means, so what we must consider here, see 2 minus x. So f of, okay, we will consider this f of minus h over there, okay. So you see here f of minus h means what we have to consider, x is less than 0, 2 minus x. So here 2 minus x, okay. So we think this is x here, see f of x, that means what, 2 minus of x. So x means what, minus h, okay. 2 minus of minus h, that will be what, 2 plus h. So f of minus h is equal to what, 2 plus h. We can write it directly here, okay. F of minus h is equal to that is 2 minus x, that is 2 minus of minus h, that will be what, 2 plus h. So I write it directly here, see 2 plus h. This f of minus h value is 2 plus h. Then f of 0 is already, it is 2 here, see minus 2 divided by, in the denominator I have minus h, okay. So 2 minus 2, that is 0. So I get what, limit h tends to 0, I got h divided by, in the denominator I have minus h. See h get cancels, so I'll get limit h tends to 0 of, see h get cancels, I get minus 1, okay. So limit of a constant function, whatever the constant is, see minus 1. So our left hand derivative, so I got the left hand derivative as minus 1, okay. So now let us calculate right hand derivative. So in the similar way we can calculate the right hand derivative, okay, right? We will calculate right hand derivative here. So let us consider this right hand derivative. So what is the right hand derivative? F of c plus h. So this is the right hand derivative. F of c plus h minus f of c divided by h. This is our right hand derivative. So now let us calculate this. Limit h tends to 0. Okay, note down the answer there. See minus 1. So f of see your point is what, 0. So f of 0 plus h, that will be what, f of h minus f of 0, see f of 0 divided by h. So then see limit h tends to 0, see observe this, see f of h. So now we are calculating right hand derivative. See h tends to 0 through the values greater than 0. So from the positive side, see positive side, x is greater than 0. So consider this, okay, I will show it here, f of h, okay. So f of h. So then I must take this 2 plus 2 plus x, okay. So you think this is x here, so replace this 2 plus, so instead of x what I should write, h. So f of h is 2 plus h. So write 2 plus h, f of h is 2 plus h minus f of 0. So we already calculated